Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about divine feminine energy. What is divine feminine energy? Divine feminine energy is your individualized, unique expression of the divine. Now, both men and women do have an expression of feminine energy. Most of the time, it's women that have naturally embodied more of the divine feminine energy than men, because men have masculine energy. We also do have masculine energy within us because there have to be a balance between masculine and feminine. So as women, we do have a small percentage of masculine energy to help us get in the drive of doing things in a way that is aligned with who we are, in a way that is aligned with our feminine energy, and vice versa, right? But what does it really mean to have feminine energy? And what does that look like? Before I tapped into my feminine energy, I was showing up very differently. And this is including after I learned how to read the Akashic records and became advanced in that. The feminine energy I find is that it's almost like you can look at it like a shortcut to finding out who you are, to stepping into the practical, the actual beingness of who you are. Now, what does that mean? What do I mean by that? So when you begin tapping into your divine feminine energy, it automatically begins to help you tap into your divine energetics. Now, I'm not talking about divine feminine, although that's part of it, but it helps you to tap into your unique expression of the divine. Think of it this way. You are a natural healer, but you don't know it yet, right? And so you begin tapping into your feminine energy. And in tapping into that aspect of yourself, it naturally begins to guide you to step into your natural healing abilities, to help you bring that up. Some may say unconsciously, but I think, you would have a little bit of an awareness of what you're doing because you're going to be able to recognize it at a deeper level that, yeah, actually, I know how to do this. I know how to help heal. I know how to guide people. If you are a natural guide for others, you begin to naturally tap into your guidance energy, the aspect of you that knows how to heal at a deeper level. Now, I know saying it is not the same as being in it. So I can only talk about divine feminine from my perspective and from what I've been through and from what I know that it does. When you begin tapping into your divine feminine, it naturally realigns your divine soul blueprint. When we live life, we accumulate lessons and, we go through traumas and those traumas get stored in our bodies and we hold on to them at an unconscious level. And so to protect ourselves from not experiencing that again, we then come up with coping mechanisms or like we just start acting different from who we are. But when you begin stepping into your divine feminine, it naturally begins to help you realign your blueprint to your natural essence, so to speak. And another benefit that I find so helpful when I am in my divine feminine is everything gets better. My relationships get better. How I'm showing up is better. I'm not hiding myself, right? I am showing up as who I am, and I feel it in my energy. I feel it when I'm speaking. And the thing that I've found with this is that when a woman hasn't really stepped into who they are, their divine feminine, you'll stick out like a sore thumb. And then some will be triggered by your presence. And some will project, they might even think that you think you're all that. When in reality, that's not what's going on. So the person doesn't know that if they tapped into their own divine essence, they'd be able to be themselves confidently. So they'll begin to project certain thoughts and certain emotions on you because you are being different than everything else that they know, right? Then, yeah, everything else that they know. And so it's like they don't want to look at that. Or if they look at it, they'll think that you're better than them. When in reality, that's not what's happening, right? But it's like when you see something so different, your only point of reference is to tap into your own body and pick out something that was programmed in you to think about yourself and even other people. right? Because we've been programmed to think less about ourselves and to believe that we are small, we are less than, and like, we are not worthy, right? So when something that is different shows up, the only thing that I know is to tap in and pick out a projection and put it on that person because that's different. Like how dare you almost? Like how dare you show up like that? Who do you think you are? Like are you trying to show off? Like, So I'm just not going to accept you because you are being different than I've been taught, right? And so this is where having empathy is really important and having an understanding that you've been there. We've all been there. I truly believe that this is a time that we're being called as women to step up and to step into our divinity so that we can lead from a place of authentic expression and authentic power. Now, when I say this, it may land differently depending on where you are on your journey, but I invite you to take a perspective of curiosity and really feel what's going on in your body, right? Because this is the beginning of healing. This is the beginning of stepping into who we are as women. And I just want to mention that when you step into who you are, your relationships get better. How you show up gets better. You begin to attract different things. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes because of the experiences that I'm having in the moment, it's like all that knowing gets out the window, right? And I react or like I begin to think that, okay, is there something wrong with me? But there's nothing ever wrong with us or other people. It's just the programs that we are fighting against within ourselves. The example I like to give in the Akashic record readings, depending on, a person's block and restrictions, I put it like this because I truly believe that that's exactly what's going on. It's like when we meet someone, now I'm not talking romantically, but although you can include that in there as well because it does happen as well. Romantically, also, we do attract people based on where we are, based on what we have accumulated, and based on the lessons that we are in the process of learning and integrating within ourselves. So you meet someone and you hit it off, right? Whether it's a friend or whatever, you hit it off and you guys get along, you become friends quickly, and you're so similar, right? And it feels right. And then you begin to notice a change in your friend. Like a few days or maybe a few months later, you begin to notice a change in your friend. So, for example, your friend is used to you being there all the time. Yeah, they call you, you answer, and you're always there. Their car broke down, and you go there and you pick them up and you help them. You're a good friend. They're used to that because you've been so helpful and because you've always been there. There's been an expectation, an unconscious agreement for you to always be there, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, no matter what's going on. When they call, when they text, they expect you to reply right away or to go help them or whatever, right? The time that you are not able to do that, they're going to feel very betrayed. It's going to be almost devastating to them. Like, why are you being like this? This is not how you are. Like, why aren't you paying attention to me? Why aren't you helping me out? It's almost like they'll get so upset because they're expecting that from you all the time. Okay. Now, someone can say, well, yeah, that makes sense because, there's been an established relationship and an expectation within that relationship. In society, this is exactly what we're programmed to think and believe that if your friends call you, if something happens, like that you're supposed to drop everything and go help your friend or whatever. But what could be happening here at a deeper level is that I attracted that friend because there's a block in me that I created maybe a few lifetimes ago, even in this present life, that I made an agreement with someone in my past to always be there for them, or they trained me to be there for them, or they use fear, for example, in order for me to always be there for them, to drop everything, to be there for them. So as I grew older, I took that on. I didn't even feel it. And so that pattern is still embedded in me. It's still playing out in the background. Sometimes unconsciously, I don't even know. I just act and it seems normal. It seems like, oh, well, yeah, it's not conscious. When I'm ready to heal myself, then I attract this person to show me what is happening within myself. And so the time that I'm not able to be there for the friend, they get angry, they get upset. And so I take a step back and look at everything I've done and see, okay, well, I might even say, oh, well, they're not a good friend because I've always been there for them, blah, 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 blah. But when I get a reading from a practitioner, like, I find out if there's anything that is causing this dissonance between me and my friend. Then I find out, okay, I created this issue some time back. And so there's an energetic expression that is still happening unconsciously in my life. So then from there, I decide to heal it. And after I heal that, the friendship then becomes better. Like there's no expectation anymore. It just becomes a beautiful expression of friendship and, being there for each other, not because I want something from the person. Where I'm getting to with this, the example I like to give is when we attract certain people in our lives, it's like we're saying, my block in me recognizes the block in you. Let's play, right? And so that helps us become aware of what's going on at a bigger level, aka energetically, right? Because I don't know if you know this or not, but our energetic life takes up a lot. Like what we attract on the physical dimension, like in the third dimensional reality, is a consequence of what's going on energetically, the larger part of what is happening in our energetic life. And so when we're not aware of what we are calling in and what we're attracting and how we are being at an energy level, it's like we have a blanket over us. We're not seeing, right? We're just reacting to what is showing up because life is not fair when that's not what's going on. So activating or having the interest to begin to tap into your divine feminine, this is going to actually naturally begin to show you how to naturally express the divinity that is within you, your natural expression of who you are. It's going to help you tap into your divine gifts because we all have some. We all do. And the beauty of the Akashic record is that you get to find out what you are naturally gifted in and what you're not gifted in. Another example I like to give is that not every manifestation process out there is for everybody. A lot of people get disappointed when they enroll in different manifestation processes and they end up short. Like, they just don't understand why it's not working. Like it's because your energy and all of us, we are designed very specifically, very different, right? And so with that difference, we have certain ways that we are actually aligned to show up, to manifest, to help people. When you're trying on, it's not to say that you can't try on other people's manifestation processes. That's how we learn, right? When you don't know, you don't know. You gotta try something. But if you have like invested a lot of time and money into different methodologies or whatever, and you just feel like nothing has worked, then yeah, they haven't worked, but you've also learned what doesn't work for you. You've also learned that there's a way that works for you, but you just haven't found it yet. So the beauty of tapping into, so I know I'm talking about the divine feminine and the Akashic record interchangeable because these are the most powerful tools I've found that help with divine realignment back to who we are. And your divine feminine feels safe. It feels like it's okay for you to be. When you speak, there's a safety in your voice. There's a sort of familiarity of a forgotten aspect of who we are. And you begin to help others tap into their own essence, their own divine expression, like they are meant to be. You begin to show people that it is safe to be around you. And those that don't quite resonate with you will naturally, organically deselect themselves from your experience because it's either they're not ready or they don't want to look at themselves. Either way, it's a loving process where The people that are aligned to be in your life are there for the right reasons. And the people that are not aligned, they're just going to feel it. They're going to be like, I'm not ready. I still want to play in certain patterns. And so this person is not playing with me like that anymore. So, and that's okay. Here's another thing. When you begin to tap into your divine feminine, you're letting the masculine know that it is safe for them to step in as the masculine and be in their divine masculine. And not only that, your divine feminine energy like realigns areas of your life that are not quite aligned to who you truly are, right? But this isn't done in a dramatic way. That's the thing. This is why I like to call being in your divine feminine as a shortcut to getting to know who you are. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to say about this. You can only begin to tap into your divine feminine, one, when you're ready, two, when you begin to explore what blocks and restrictions are there. So I truly believe that getting to know what blocks and restrictions are in your Akashic record and clearing that begins to clear the pathway or the way in which you begin to tap into your essence, right? Your divine essence, because you're stripping away what isn't working for you and you're beginning to reintroduce yourself to a deeper aspect of yourself. And people are drawn to divine feminine because they recognize it at a deep level. Your heart opens, your relationships get better, you begin to attract better based on who you are. Everything comes back to who you are. Divine feminine is only interested in your truth, expressing your truth and what that looks like, showing you what that looks like for you. Some people are scared of that because it's different and it's definitely powerful. But when you're scared of your own power, you only remain confined to what other people want you to do. We get easily programmed because we don't usually know who we are at a deep level, not really. We think we are who we are because of what we've been through, because of what other people tell us that we are. People may recognize certain aspects of you, but they don't really know who you are, especially if you haven't really tapped into deep healing work to begin cultivating the true energy of you. So I am very happy and I'm very grateful that you are here. I created this channel to bring this type of information. Those that are ready to dive deeper into certain aspects of who they are. People that are ready to begin to live their truth. And on this channel, you're going to find that it is not going to be like common knowledge that is out there. Most of the things that I'm going to be talking about on this channel are deeper conversations that people don't really talk about, but these are the ones that actually help us. How do I know this? Because of helping others step into who they are and actually begin to show up as their true selves. I've seen it. I've seen what that looks like, including myself. I've done a ton of work on myself. I continue to do it every single day because I'm dedicated to divine expression and to be a better person than I was yesterday, to learn more about myself because who we are is deep. It's not like I know everything that there is to know about myself. Who we are cannot be put in a box. Who we are is more than what we've been taught. And sometimes who we are may seem like we're changing, you know? Oh, I thought I knew myself to be this way, but I'm getting drawn to find out more about this other aspect of myself. You dive into that aspect of yourself, you find that there are deeper levels to that. And so then the understanding of who you thought you were becomes even deeper, right? You're like, oh, wait a minute. So I am this, but I'm also this. Ooh, okay. I want to dive deeper into this and find out more about this. So I dive in, and then after I'm acclimated with that part of my frequency, something else tickles my energy. I want to find out more about this. We begin to be intrigued about our own essence and who we are. So if you're up for deeper discussions and about what really makes up who we are and how we can tap into these aspects of our divinity, welcome. You are in the right place, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that you're here. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe if you have found value in this video. I will see you in the next video.